So welcome everyone, my name is Red and I am casting Qualification round number 4, Legacy of the Huns, a matchup between st4rk versus komtan. And yeah, we are about to see a nice matchup here in Arabia, Huns War obviously, between two really skilled players. Komtan obviously, one of the stronger players so far I've seen in the last couple of days when I've watched games. And st4rk, obviously, you all know st4rk, right? Does he need any introduction? I mean, he is certainly responsible for some nice build orders lately on Arabia. Good stuff, good interesting meta talks that he had, and yeah, it's just incredible to see both players having this fight against each other. I would even go that far that I see both on similar levels, even though st4rk obviously being the original king of the Huns there, and therefore, yeah, that's it. It's just really looking forward to seeing what's gonna happen here. Alright, like Godoffer says good night, so good night, man. And the Stay Hydrated bot says hi there. Well, no worries, Hydrated bot. I am good, man. I am drinking in between all those matches. Thanks for the advice, though. Alright, so without further ado, guys, let's just start describing this, all of this, what we see here. Let's start with player 1. For the sake of numbers here, chronology of numbers. And yeah, what we see is a typical Arabia map. Do I need to say something else? What do we see here? It's on the right hand side, this gold, obviously. Not the best position. What about the second gold? Oh no, not again, man. Oh, not again. Alright, so basically this is his own gold that he has for the moment. Unless he wants to play it some kind of awkwardly here. I mean, this hill is a huge obstacle, right? He should, I'm not even sure, but yeah, he should maybe place his buildings there. Just to make sure that nothing bad is going to happen. Because the enemy obviously could take over this hill and then apply a lot of pressure. This little woodline there is just sad, to say the least. And that is not sad in terms of komtan's decision. No, it's just the fact that this woodline in the back is also a really bad position. Therefore, I can understand why he does that first of all. Maybe he will go for this one though, once he feels more confident, concerning his overall base structure in which he builds his buildings somehow in the pattern that he wants to, and also considering the military that he has in order to protect everything. So yeah, this is it. 3 villages on wood seems like a scrush. Also, we see the deer being pushed into the TC. Always a great boost if you go for scrush or man-at-arms. Always great stuff to see. And yeah, this is it for player 1's base here. So literally not the best here. The stone on the back is kind of okay, also on the hill. But unless he wants to go for some trush in the beginning, which I don't think, he should be more concerned with this gold over here and somehow think of a way to secure it. Also unfortunate stuff that he didn't see these two sheepos, but those things just happen. Therefore, I can understand. Let's look at player 6, shall we? And as we can see, st4rk has a way more compact map. On the left hand side it's wallable, to the front it's fully wallable. The right hand side obviously being super open though he could go for some walling like this later, and maybe like this, but also really awkward. This whole hill is, you know, securing this area by doing this, by using the cliff and connecting it with the edge of the map. What do you get from this, having secured this one here? I don't know, it's so much of nothing here, but this hill at the same time being such a threat here, especially because of this gold over here. Most important because of this gold. This gold could be pressured so hard by any incoming uphill attacks. Therefore, not good. But yeah, 2 farms are being placed, and interestingly, we see a drush. Is it gonna be 25 pop something, or even more? I am not sure. What to expect. Is it gonna be drush into archers? This could be drush into archers into calf archers maybe. With st4rk, I've seen a lot of attempts to go for 1 TC and apply a lot of pressure. Just needs to make sure to go into the right fights, not lose his army, and also, most importantly, be faster than his opponent. So far so good. He is able to hurt one of Komtan's scouts, his initial scout, badly there. And is approaching with his militia. That is good. That is good for sure. But the problem is going to be that this right hand side is fully walled here in terms of... oop, that was actually lucky. That was actually lucky. He could have actually done some more damage, but instead st4rk directly goes for left hand side, hoping to get some kills or at least some idle time here on the left hand side, right? But not gonna happen, not gonna happen. You just provoke the enemy of producing or building just some palisades here and there. But it's gonna be more about those villagers on the berries. And now I am asking myself what to expect from all of this. So far we see this stable here. He's gonna be there with his scouts defensively. That was actually really bad by st4rk, losing his scout like that. Now he's not able to apply way more pressure. He just he will most likely just provoke some more idle time. I mean, that's the main purpose of the rush, obviously. Keeping the enemy busy in his own base. Makes sense, obviously. But other than that, st4rk used this opportunity to wall himself up, right? And he is now clicking up. 25 villagers there. This will ensure him a way faster castle each time. He has villagers on gold. And let's see what his next step will be. If he will put down some arch ranges, looking at his eco, he will be able to do so. There we go, arch range incoming. So that was a typical drush into arches, like this. Kampa King says hi. What's up, man? Hi, bro. Welcome, man. Welcome. Saludos. And now we see some nice stuff here, as in this drush is getting cleared up by the defensive scrush here. Komtan took his time there, as he was somehow forced to do it more defensively. The drush, obviously, with a purpose to come before a potential scrush take place. And yeah, well done by st4rk so far. I like what he did. Unfortunate about this very first scout issue here. I felt that he could have even caused more trouble with all of this. But his main purpose of being able to wall up was successful. He walled the space in a different way. I wouldn't have done it like this, but hey, he is a 2k4 and it's not me. So I'm just staying shut here and just watching the big guys playing here, and certainly enjoying and appreciating the situation in which I'm able to watch this with you guys, right? Seeing those big guys playing. Maybe we can learn some stuff from them. Probably we will be. And yeah. Meanwhile, Komtan also attempting to wall up his base. He just needs to make sure that he doesn't forget about this pond. He needs to make sure. 3 palisades at least. And yeah, the unfortunate news for Komtan is that his scrush is obviously not successful. He won't be able to enter nowhere. Well done by st4rk. His main purpose of defending this scrush was successful. Therefore, we can go with that. Is this a... Oh, this is a blacksmith. Alright, alright. Okay. So, question is now, what will st4rk do with this advantage of having his base fully walled with palisades? Well, first of all, he will maybe find a spot to delete a palisade. Question is, will he do this? Will he not? Will he just make sure that he goes for the next age faster? What does he do here? What is this? What is this aim? Well, he plays it defensively here, for sure. Not doing too much, I gotta say. So fletching incoming, gold mining incoming, obviously. Alright, he's taking his time for sure. But now he will be going out. First of all, to clear any incoming scouts. But Komtan already got his own view on the situation and is ready to strike back with skirmishes. They will be able to deal with this army of archers, if done correctly. A little bit of hill advantage here and there, but together with those scouts, it's going to be doable, a doable thing here. Let's see. But okay, I gotta take it back though. Both have +1 defensive upgrade as well. Therefore, it's not going to be as expected there. Still, looking fine, looking fine. Stark is being pushed away here. Oh, now he's getting those scouts, that is important. But he shouldn't engage anymore, any further. He should instead go back, try to go back if it's possible, of course. He's getting wheelbarrow. What about komtan though? Up. Let me see. Does he have wheelbarrow now? Let's see. Not even sure. Oh yeah, he has wheelbarrow. There we go. I was just struggling finding the right villager to look after that. And yeah, he has it. So Stark actually later with the wheelbarrow. Both have it right now, and that's good for the economy, obviously. And yeah, let's see, let's see. So what about it actually? What about the ambitions? What about the possibilities here? We see here Stark actually has a decent amount of food. He will be clicking up pretty soon. I guess once he has enough gold, he will also have enough food to do so. But komtan, interestingly, is clicking up way earlier, even though he went for skirms, also for scouts. He was able to do that way better here. Interestingly. As Stark actually only spent food on his villagers as well as on the drush. He actually just produced more archers and didn't spend any more food. I feel that his economy simply was just in a certain design, at this design that he went up a bit later there. Interesting stuff. But I'm pretty sure that Stark knows what he does. I certainly admire his macro skills. I mean, he is an overall good player, that is for sure. Really admire him. But his macro skills, they're on point. If he's one major strength, I would say that he actually knows all the meaning behind every number of villages that he has on a certain resource. The number of farms that he has. He knows what kind of possibilities he has with that. Therefore, I trust him with his decisions. I don't think that he leaves anything to any kind of coincidence when it comes to villager distribution. Alright, so komtan actually incoming. He will be in castle age in a couple of seconds. There we go. Now the question is, what will he do? He's getting botkin arrow, no surprise. 3 archer ranges. Will he continue X-Bows or calf archers is the question. So far we got the stable obviously, as he's crushed. Yeah. First of all, he will upgrade the amount of archers that he has, which is not too much. He has more skirms than archers, it seems. Yep, definitely more skirms. But also elite skirmishes. This is going to be the most important thing here, I believe. Because Stark going for crossbowman obviously and botkin arrow. Bow saw for both, that's important. But dealing with this army here, at least when playing aggressively, which was the initial attempt of komtan, I felt like, it would have been a good choice to go for it. But he actually cancelled elite skirms and he is going back for this reason. Question is it only because he wants to shift into calf archers and feels more confident about it when going for calf archers and taking on the fights with crossbowmen? Next question is, does he want to go for siege workshop then? Or what is his idea behind all of this? I do not know yet, we're gonna see. Also important to mention is that he has a second TC there over there on the right, just to secure this area, most importantly. And for that, he obviously need to spend a couple of resources on the second TC, normally causing the situation in which you are maybe not able to maintain constant production from your 3 archer ranges. And yeah, that's obviously a bit different when playing with knights. As 3 TCs and knights, it's also going to be difficult to maintain everything. So we see it here. Constant villager production, but no more knights for now. He needs to wait for that one. But his purpose is not to go on full knights. He has this mixed up army here. Look at this, he has +1 defense for his knights. So I'm looking forward to seeing the second upgrade there. Now let's see, guys, let's see. There's some potential here and there. Something will happen. Question is, how will it happen, when will it happen, and yeah, the outcome of that, right? So we have just a little army of Cav archers by komtan incoming. And yeah, what's the outcome? What are they going to do? So far it's really defensive by st4rk. He literally didn't go forward once, it felt like. Only with his initial rush them. And now the first attempt of komtan, just a little provocative attempt. He doesn't even go all in here. Just wants to see, hey, who's there? Who am I actually fighting against? Alright, he got the information, now he's retreating. Waiting for ballistics to kick in. Yeah, massing his army of Cav archers once he can. He built another TC. Probably he was aware of the fact that st4rk plays it super defensively, which is an indication that he will most likely be on 3 TCs. Otherwise, st4rk would have been all over this place if he played 1 TC. And yeah, so this is it for the moment. Chain body armor finally incoming, so the knights will be strong. And now I'm excited to see what's going to take place, because I believe that we're going to see an epic clash here between those two armies. komtan leading a tiny bit there, 40 army, 40 military, and st4rk with 36. Villager wise, quite equal. st4rk slightly leading there. Bloodlines finally incoming by komtan. And once he has it, he will be more confident when going into the space. Now we're gonna see it. Now I'm looking forward to see those archers being in action, as they will have a more supportive role here when engaging in fights. I am not confident about the numbers of knights here though. Let's see. So first engagement here taking place. Thumb ring ballistics incoming finally by st4rk, which will make his crossbowman way more accurate, obviously. No more knights incoming though, that is interesting. So what is the attempt? I see no more military production for now. He has a lot of gold though. But I ask ourselves what he will do with that. That is a bad situation. st4rk needs to go up on this hill. He does it. Doesn't want to allow komtan to have some advantages. Actually, nice position, but a bit too much in the front, as there's a lot of army here of komtan that was able for a second to land a couple of hits there. And st4rk thinking, hey, I need foraging as well. 150 fruit just in order to get +1 damage, which is important. Which is important for sure. Alright, so this was actually nice, as the crossbows are more accurate now. But so far no siege, right? Long time no siege, they say. And that is interesting, because this could have changed a lot here, considering military movements. One mangonel here and there could be a lot of danger for, especially for komtan at the moment, as all of his army is vulnerable against that one. For st4rk as well, a big amount of archers that could be instantly killed with 1 or 2 hits. 1 or 2 proper hits by a mangonel. Imagine an uphill hit on this army here, wow. But yeah, I would expect to see some siege by st4rk. So far we don't see any, instead we see more military, as military buildings. A couple of knights being added in here. Both are just waiting here to a decent number. But komtan makes sure that st4rk is not going anywhere, as this army is too big to afford some kind of sneaky raid here on the side. Unless he has some spare resources. And so far he has only gold left in order to thinking about some spare resources, but I'm sure he has some plans with that. Looking at the other resources, yeah, there we go. He needs to make sure that he places down a TC at least somewhere here or there. Or at least a castle over here. something like that. And yeah, interestingly, Stark saying, hey, if I cannot cause a sight raid here, I'll just show you that I'm leaving the battlefield and going for your base, while we'll leave our supporting units here somewhere else having a fight, but our main units are just going away here. And that's actually a good fight for Stark, as he's able to clear up everything. And he still has a decent amount of crossbows left. So that was a good first fight. Stark now... What is he doing? Does he want to go for Komtan or not? Komtan will be seeing this one though. Komtan also has a Monstry up. But there we go, now the army's inside. This will force Komtan to go back home. Yeah, for sure, come on. Go, go, go. Alright, so Stark actually just provoking here. He doesn't even want to go for a raid at the moment. He just wants to force... Yeah, he actually wants to force Komtan to go back in his base. Because look at this forward movement. I like what I see by Stark. This is actually really intelligent what he does. This was all on purpose. But the question is it worth it now? Because now he needs to cause a lot of damage here, which is a denial of a castle for now. That is good stuff. Unfortunate stuff is rather the fact that he went here, this direction. Meanwhile, we got this... this is a bad fight for Stark though. He will lose his whole army there, I believe. Yep, that is for sure. He will lose everything. Was it worth it, guys? Was it worth it? Komtan obviously clicking up right now. And there's a little bit of pressure here and there now in front of Komtan's base. I believe he could do something here with this. But Komtan has a huge amount of army left. Military-wise, Stark is leading though, right? But most of this army consists of elite skirmishers, but this was all planned. We've seen all of those archer ranges over here. So Stark actually being super smart and in ways that he thinks ahead. I'm actually amazed by this one. We can see clearly the line of thought of Stark. This is actually, everything is planned. Question is if this is going to be realistic for him. And without siege, I feel it's always a bit tricky here, but the amount of skirmishes dangerous enough for Komtan to think, hey, I need to be careful here. But a Mangonel 2 would have been lovely here. More skirmishes incoming. Oh, it would be so great if this TC would got... Oh, it's actually going down. Oh my god, oh my god. Wow. Is Komtan actually about to lose this? If so, this would have been an excellent fight by Stark. Well thought. If this actually is going to be a realistic approach here. Wow. So Komtan is an imp, Stark will be an imp as well though. And now the question is Komtan okay with this if he sees Stark being an imp in a couple of seconds? This castle's going to get up though, it seems. Oh yeah, there we go, there we go. This obviously will give Komtan a little bit more hope here. But this counter castle, not a counter castle, but just a castle to secure his own area here, or at least the middle of the map. Also getting up here, decent number of skirmishes that will make sure that any upcoming cap archer troops won't be able to approach too close. Finally, we see some siege workshops, right? Finally, guys. We see it here. And some raiding on the right hand side. Like this. So while it seemed that Stark actually lost his troops over here, he went in on the right hand side. Decent amount of Hussars to cause some havoc over there. And with a bit of cap ramps, should be working. Let's see. So it is quite obvious here that Stark goes for trash units. Also to maximize his military count there. Pop capping him pretty soon if it's just continues like that. Siege ram also incoming. Oh, what? What is this? Was there a woodline somewhere, or what did he do? Okay, that happens, I guess. Alright, he maybe just misclicked there. He wanted to build a house or something like this. I believe. I hope. Otherwise, I missed out something really crucial here. Alright, so yeah, Stark is incoming here. I was confused there for a second, man. Yeah, let's see if this is gonna be successful or not. So far, there are no units able to deal with this here. Villagers even cannot deal with it as they are forced to repair this castle. And there are lots of skirmishes able to get those villagers. Yep, this castle is down. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Stark is applying a lot of pressure here for sure. Also incoming again with a decent number of hussars. There we go. Oh, they're actually able to get some villagers there. As a GG. Wow. Komtan said, hey, it's not worth it to be tired because of this one game if I attempt to survive here. But actually Stark was dominating here. He kept the pressure on, even though it seemed pretty much over there on the left hand side. But actually the damage was super intense. But yeah, Alan says good start, GG. Yeah, oh my god, man. This is wow. love my slow Stark. Dude, I mean, this was intelligent gameplay. I know if you saw it the same way like I've seen it. Maybe I'm just interpreting a little bit too much here, but this was all on purpose. Stark's move here, this I can't even imagine, because you know we are able to see him a lot on the stream with his face cam. I can imagine him smiling in that very moment in which he took all of his knights and said, "Ooh, bye bye, I'm going into your base," forcing the huge number of cav archers to go home. So the two support military units, I mean the troops that were left here, having a fight that was clearly in favor for Stark because of this uphill advantage. Therefore, he cleared out the mess here and then went over here. Luckily, was able to get this castle here, denying it for now, and creating a little bit of, I mean, not a little bit, but a lot of damage there. And then boom! Wow, the pressure was on. The question was it worth to trade in all of those knights over here? It was, right? And as he won, we can say yes, it was worth it. Clever gameplay. I will certainly remember this game, as in I will save the data for this one. This looks like some showcase, some smart military movements there for Age of Empires. Good stuff. And guys, this was only the first game, and yeah, let's see what the next game will be like. So just adjusting the score here. It's Stark who won. And now we got just a little tiny problem. Not a huge problem, as the thing is, I'm gonna have a router reset in about 30 minutes because it's 3 AM here at the moment, and sometime around 3 AM and 4 AM my router just resets. In Germany we have it like that. It's just reset every 24 hours, and therefore the stream will break down. Fortunately though, these are recordings, so I will not even notice when this happens, because I will not even see the connection loss or something like this. I will directly reconnect with the stream automatically. So I will be gone for 4 seconds or 5, maybe 10 seconds. So please don't leave if the stream is down for a couple of seconds. But that's all, just for your information, right? I am still here and I am going to finish this cast. And if I'm happy with it, or if I still have some energy left, I will even go for the next set, the last set that I want to cast. And yeah, we'll see. So just for your information. Alright? So without further ado, let's see about the next game, right? This would be game number 2 then incoming. Komtan versus st4rk. This game obviously being really, really decent. Loving it. Alright, so there we go. Settings. With a really convenient Voobly lobby that we have, it's super easy to watch recordings. Alright, komtan versus st4rk. Game number 2. New game? Next game. Next game. Yeah, we have a couple of games watching here. We got a lot of games here. Alright. Game is starting. There we go, guys. So welcome everyone. My name is Demise Red, and I am casting round number 2 of the qualification round number 4, Legacy of the Huns, a matchup between komtan and st4rk. So far the score is 1-0 in favor for st4rk. Now let's just see about the second game. And this time let us just start with player number 6 as st4rk on left hand side. Just finding the right speed here. This should be just correct here. And yeah, there we go, guys. Just looking at the score here real quick, it should be fine, right? Yeah, it's just Demise paranoid. There we go. So yeah, left hand side, no, it's not on the left hand side, it's just on the bottom here in the south of the map. st4rk, looking at his base. Oh well, oh well, oh well. He has his gold on the left hand side, first gold. First stone right hand side, awkward position, hill. Second stone, awkward, behind a wood patch, and the second gold. I mean, it couldn't be worse with this gold. Luckily, this one could be somehow secured. Let me just make up some theories here how this could be safe. Doing a palisade like this, closing this, connecting this, or doing this. Awkward, awkward. Not good, not good. And yeah, most importantly, this hill, guys. This hill is going to be really easy for komtan to go on this hill. Apply pressure here, going down here. Really bad stuff. And interestingly, his opponent is not too far away. I've seen closer matchups, but it's not too far away. It's on the right hand side here. We got komtan. And looking at his base, ooh, house, oh my god. Oof, 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 oof. All of his resources are just bad. Oh my god, look at these 3 resources and how far away they are from his TC. I mean, if komtan doesn't go all in here, I don't know, I don't know. 3 on woods, it's gonna be Scrush. He is determined. For now, it looks like that. I'm happy that we don't see any Trush so far. I hope I'm not jinxing it, but yeah, this is what we see here. We also see st4rk going for some deer. Really efficiently there. Like to see this one. What about his oh, he has 4 on wood though. Interesting. Will he go for some man at arms, or will he maybe do some drush into archers again? I mean, so far he has been the only one we've seen not going for scrushes. So let's see. Looking forward. And yeah. Ooh, interesting mill positioning there. Not a huge fan of it. I guess one of my biggest weaknesses was mill placements. But yeah, now I kind of got the feeling where to put it. But now I even feel that you're gonna all criticize me for, hey, why did you even criticize this mill placement? It's perfect and whatnot, but I don't think it is. Alright, so yeah, everything fine so far. Nothing too spectacular. I'll use the time just to have a quick sip of water here because I'm talking non-stop here. And just remember, guys, in about 20 minutes it's gonna make a little click, and it's gonna mean that I have a rooted reset and I'll be back right away. People that watch me in the night know about this one, just for your information. Just let me have a sip of water here real quick. Alright, I admit that it was more than one sip there, but stay hydrated, guys. And always drink water. It's so good for your body. So good for your skin. So good for your health. Right, so just after my water advertisement here, I thought I just thought that this would trigger some people in the chat. Finally, you're awake. What is this sense of moisture? Oh well, there you go. Oh my god, and it's freaking warm. I gotta be hydrated here. I gotta stay hydrated here. So interesting stuff taking place right now, right here. So I was guessing this is gonna be the Scrush and whatnot, but no, it's gonna be in Men-at-Arms. It looks like that. Yeah, it certainly looks like a proper 22 pop Men-at-Arms here. And for st4rk, it's gonna be the same. Interesting, interesting. Probably they are aware of the fact that they're closer to each other than in other games. Therefore, going for Men-at-Arms is more justified. Interestingly though, komtan is able to reach Fuel Age a tiny bit earlier, which will maybe give him the opportunity to go forward a little bit earlier. Or was it? What about st4rk? Ooh, he goes for 4 militia now. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, also 4th one incoming now. Okay. So st4rk somehow had the feeling. No, he didn't have the feeling. No, he feels confident enough as well. He will go forward as well. And interesting stuff is going to be that komtan, first of all, will reach the base of st4rk earlier. And st4rk... Wait a sec, how does he know about this one? Oh, he know about this one by... Oh, he anticipated this one really good. I like this. st4rk saw, okay, komtan clicked up way earlier. And he actually spotted this one with a scout probably, but he is well anticipated, well anticipated. Alright, so we can see it here, Men-at-Arms incoming from both sides. Now it's gonna be a intense micro-based fight here, for sure. Let's keep an eye on what's happening here, guys. Not much happening at the moment. st4rk took his time to get some horse color. He said, no, wait a second, I need to go down the hill here, just to get some horse color. And interestingly, he goes for more Men-at-Arms. That is interesting. And komtan does not do the same. Instead, he goes for some archers, Men-at-Arms into archers. With this composition here at the moment, st4rk will be more successful. This is the reason why komtan just says, oh, you know what, I'm just going home. But at home, he's preparing a unit that is going to take care of Men-at-Arms quite easily. Especially once those archers got +1 fletching. It's going to be quite easy for them to snipe those Men-at-Arms. But for now, komtan needs to be super careful. This archer alone won't be able to deal a lot of damage. This is a waste. This is a waste even. It's a waste. That's for sure. This was unfortunate. And also passage will not be enough. You gotta keep in mind those are Men-at-Arms. They do a decent amount of damage against buildings, walls, and those kind of things. Yeah, it's just gonna be a matter of time here. komtan does well by thinking in ways that he forces any incoming units to go this direction, and automatically they need to go to the left hand side. Stonewall, okay, that's one way to do it. But then he needs to go for 10 stone here if he wants to go for 2 TCs. komtan. Yeah, man. Oh, 5 stone, taking it back. Right. But yeah, those are things we see on Arena quite a lot. I mean, if at all, then on Arena. If a player is forced to go for a stone wall here and there to close some gaps, we see a villager doing the same move as in a drush or something. Just a single villager going here without a mining camp and then going back to his TC, but on stone, not on gold. And this is always the indication that he's aware of the fact that he spent stone there. And he wants to have enough stone when he reaches Castle Age. But yeah, enough with those references there, because this is Legacy of the Huns on Arabia. And therefore, let's focus, guys, let's focus. I have the feeling that this is going to be a tough matchup here. Especially the game starts differently, right? With Man-at-Arms, it's a bit of a different move. Less fast raiding, but more devastating ones, you know, in which you're forced to build some stone walls. You know, those things that just happen. What about the fletching incoming, and st4rk is getting wheelbarrow. Well. And yeah, komtan doesn't have it yet. And I like this one actually. You know, I've said it. Forward resources forces you to play super aggressively in order to prevent the situation in which you are basically just done. Because if you got forward resources, it's quite easy for the enemy to harass you and to take over those things here, right? As they're far away from the TC. And in order to prevent that, you need to apply a lot of pressure on your own. And if you don't do it, you need a watchtower. At least in Field Edge, you'll be safe. I mean, in most of the cases, unless those men-at-arms surround the tower. Alright, so let's see. Wilbur also incoming by komtan. He has a decent feudal army here. Now this villager seems to be in trouble if he doesn't react. He does though, it's all good, it's all good. But all of this is in danger now. But komtan doesn't go there. Why? He knows about this one, but he doesn't. He's afraid that he could be somehow baited. He is aware of the fact that his opponent has better score a tiny bit, and he's keeping up, which means that he needs to have some kind of equal numbers in military, or even better, or some kind of a superior. That would be a risky move just to waste his army over here. And yeah, in fact, the army of st4rk certainly stronger with those scouts. Scarface Frostborn, what's up, man? Finally, you're there, man. Nice one, man. Nice to have you here. It was really nice having met you in Hamburg, man. Cool stuff. We had some nice talks. Together with you and Tato, we had some good time. That's for sure. Nice. Alright, so yeah, as I've said, komtan wants to play it more safely here, not gonna waste resources, especially military here, as it feels not too secure. But both have their scouts now. I am surprised, but we see it here. Scouts incoming now, and there's not much against those scouts, but scouts themselves, enemy scouts. No spearmen or whatsoever. So that's actually good news for st4rk. He spent a lot of resources on those scouts, but so did komtan. Therefore, just having a look on those resources here, it's pretty equal. Though, komtan a little bit leading here, considering the foods. But not that much, Okay. How did that happen? How did st4rk get that much food all of a sudden? He doesn't have a market, does he? Oh, he probably cancelled some of his villager queue there. Guess. Right. By the way, Scarface, you have a picture of us, right? You need to send this one to me. I want to have that picture. Good memories. Good times. Right. So yeah, there we go. komtan clicking up, as well as st4rk, who was probably aware of what happened there. Pretty convinced that st4rk is good in score reading. And interestingly, komtan going for some bloodlines. And is it the third? Nope, it's not a third arch range, but it is a second stable. So we gotta expect some knights incoming. Right. What you gonna do with that picture? I like having pictures, man. It's just memories, man. Memories. There's nothing too much to interpret in this one. Right. So yeah, this is how it is. And interestingly, Stark goes for petted archery armor though, so this is a different approach. Are we going to see some third? Yep. Alright. I could even see Stark going for some 1 TC approach, but that's not gonna take place. He sees that komtan is clicking up earlier than him. He will not have that momentum in which we can just go out with his incoming calf archers, most likely. So far we see nothing. But that depends. Basically, if Stark is going to cause damage here, then I could see him staying with 1 TC, but I don't think so. He will mostly just make sure that this area is secured. As, yeah, he's not in castle age yet. I mean, oh, I've looked if he was doing some calf archers. Obviously he isn't. Yeah, I think most likely he will just go for a 2nd TC. At least a 2nd TC. Crossbowmen, elite skirmishers, all of this is incoming. While we finally see some knights here. Oh, Scarface. No. There is something, but it's not. Oh, that is heartbreaking, man. Heartbreaking news. Unfortunate, man. No. The guy didn't take a picture, actually. He didn't know how to use your phone. Alright. So yeah, as I've said, leather archery armor also incoming by Stark. Yeah, makes sense. So some calf archers and whatnot. And I'm just wondering, what about this next TC thing here? Are we going to see this? At the moment, quite brave here by Stark. He's brave enough. I wouldn't have expected him to do this. I would have thought, okay, komtan is in cast stage earlier, but he feels more confident. Military-wise, it's equal, 27 to 27. Therefore, what about komtan though? I don't think that he's able to go for a 2nd TC right now. At least he won't be able to afford it. And at least he has this watchtower, so this secures this area at least. But I feel that a TC over here would be just perfect later. Oh, unfortunate stuff, Scarface. That's really unfortunate. Well, I guess that happens. Next time, man, next time. Interestingly, so far so good by komtan, going for chain barding armor. I'm just expecting him to go for elite skirmishes pretty soon. And quite brave of him just to go forward here. He needs to hurry up though, as Stark is attempting to get into the space. Unfortunately for komtan, he's not able to finish his double palisade wall there, and is forced to move to the right hand side of his map. Let's see. Now he found a gap here in Stark's base, and there's not much for Stark to do. I mean, he will have to use all of the remaining army here, but yeah, he is forced to go home. Actually, good move by komtan. He actually prevented any further damage being dealt by applying pressure himself. And now the epic meetup of the two parties is incoming. And it's not going to be good for komtan though, as there are a lot of skirmishes and enough calf archers to deal with those knights. Therefore, yeah guys, it doesn't look too good for komtan. He is being put in a corner here, pretty much. He needs to run away, but this gap is being closed. Good move by Stark. He's actually trapping komtan here. He should even make sure that this area is closed, then it's gonna be super tough. Don't like that Stark is not moving. I don't like this one at all. He should have at least moved with his calf archers to this direction, and I know that he is able to do so. But he decides against this one. I don't like this fight, guys. Could have been better. He just felt too confident with his skirmishes here. Well, it happens. It happens. In the meantime, we have knights trying to approach the base of Stark, but they are being pushed away right away. Where's the NAC number 2? Well, I don't know, but I know that it is going to take place. I mean, we've heard a couple of times, right, that there's going to be something like this. Even bigger, even better, who knows? But I don't think that this is gonna be this year, right? I don't know. I don't know. I am not well informed, so I cannot make any official statement here. This is up to the person responsible for this. And yeah, we can see it. Stark still doing well here. Decent amount of calf archers, and that is mostly because he had one TC for a long time. And now he is aware of the situation that this cannot continue for that long, as he also suspected komtan to have more of TCs, but he just has 2 TCs, and he put the TC office in the best spot, single best spot. Oh, 3 TCs, taking back. Alright. So you could actually go inside of that. I guess this time he's just waiting on purpose for komtan to go into his own base. There we go, probably this is what he expected. And now this is the good time for Stark to go into komtan's base if he is aware of the fact that there's not much by komtan. Military wise it's 55 to 16, and at home he just has his little army of skirmishers. Alright guys, so just for your information, I'm gonna have a router reset in the next upcoming 10 minutes. Even, it could be in 1 minute or in 10 minutes, somewhere in between. If I'm offline for a second, I am offline for a second, but I'll be back automatically. My router will just reset itself. Right? No worries. I am still alive. Don't go away, guys.